Just when you thought that Gavin Newsom couldn't be any scummier, he tops it all off. I'm going to share with you earth-shattering news about what has happened in the debacle called California Wildfire Fireaid Concert Benefit. And I'm going to share with you the power of self-reliance, how one gentleman who's not a journalist, he's a reality TV star, he's a really, really cool guy, down to earth, 100% American to the core, has exposed the whole thing. And it has reached even the president of the United States, our president, Donald Trump, who responds to all of this. I'm going to share with you this entire debacle. Come down the rabbit hole with me. It is so worth it to see because it's got a great happy ending at the end. Also, Deputy Director Dan Bongino, live breaking news here, posted a very cryptic message on X saying something along the likes of what I have seen working here at the FBI is something that I will never be able to shake. I'm going to share with you his full statement. It's weird. It's cryptic. I don't know what to make of it, but we're going to look at it together. First, the Democrats have reached, big shock here, an all-time 30-year low approval rating. 30-year low. It's a big wonder when you advocate for defunding the police, attacking ICE agents, illegal immigration, you work your butt off for criminals, and a whole lot more communistic, anti-American, socialist ideologies. Big shocker there. I think what I'm about to share with you is so symbolic of the demise of this modern day Democrat Party. Check this out. This is the official Democrats X account, and they posted this chart the other day saying Trump's America, U.S. grocery prices have reached record highs in 2025. But the problem is, as it was pointed out by pretty much everybody who has a semblance of a brain cell inside their cranium, what this chart, it actually backfired in the worst imaginable way. What the chart actually showed was the fact that these major years of the graph going up, record high grocery prices, were during the Biden years. During the Biden years. So they literally posted how abysmal and atrocious the Biden economy was, creating the worst inflation we've seen in decades. So they since deleted it. It was reposted by this mook of all mooks, Ted Lieu, who is literally the embodiment of pencil-pushing, gutless, heartless, hasn't built a thing, innovated nothing, zero creativity, absolute swamp vermin, Ted Lieu from my home state, California. Not only did he post it and repost it, he quote posted it, but if you look above his name, he even reposted his own post. Why, you say, even after it was proven that it made them look atrocious? Because the Democrats don't have a single original individual thought that resides in their head. They are all paid shills. They are so consumed, all consumed with TDS, hatred for one man. They don't care about us. They don't care about America. They don't care about the truth. They don't care about facts. They don't care about proving anything. They care about nothing more than just getting after Trump. So he either just saw this chart and said, oh, the Democrats repost. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not going to read it. I'm not going to scan it. He just reposted it automatically. Misinformation. They claim that we're a cult. And they claim that we're a cult. Can you believe this garbage? Forgive me for getting so animated, but Ted Lieu is just a whole new level of atrocious. I keep saying that about all these hypocrites, but they just, each one just proves to be worse and worse and worse. Okay, so let's get down to the brass tacks here. So fireaid concert. So LA experienced the worst fire in the history of the state back in January, the Pacific Palisades. I mean, thousands of homes reduced to rubble, ash, right? Then they had this concert, and I'm going to share with you a clip right here where they promised if you donate, all the money is going to go directly to the fire victims. Watch.
Everyone, please go to fireaidla.org and give what you can. All of the money raised will go directly to people who need it now and towards long-term efforts to build the communities back.
That's how FireAid sold itself to millions of viewers. a benefit concert for wildfire victims. Today, many have doubts.
I think they'd be very disappointed.
David Howard lost 2 homes in the Palisades.
I have not seen any benefit from the fireaid money, nor have, and I'm very involved, nor have my friends and neighbors.
Go to the website and give what you can. All the money that's raised will go directly to people who need help in the short term and for the long term effort to get this city back on its feet.
FireAid's website says the concert raised $100 million for direct relief. Yet it told Fox LA, FireAid does not have the capability to make direct payments to individuals, and that was never the plan. We partnered directly with trusted local nonprofits to reach communities in need.
Did you think that you would actually get direct money?
I did, as with, I'm sure, most Altadenians. The fireaid was for us, so we figured, where's the money? Where is it going?
I know what you're thinking. You're enraged. You're livid, as you should be, as I am as well. But wait, save your anger for this, because this is where it gets really, really juicy. So Spencer Pratt, who has been, we're going to get him on our show. We're working to work out some dates so he can come on our show and talk to us. So Spencer Pratt is one of the victims of this fire who has a home in the Palisades that burned up. And he decided to do a little bit of a digging because it's like, wait a minute, where's all this money? What's going on? And actually started his investigation when he was looking into SB 549, which was a Senate bill law that actually was going to be put into effect to turn all of the burned lots into low-income housing units. So he brought this up in a video. This bill, by the way, just to be completely transparent and honest, this bill has now been put on pause, so it's not going to happen, thank God. But people like James Woods, a lot of people, including myself, it kind of had these weird Maui vibes, like these poor Maui residents not getting anything. Where's all the money? They got a pittance, $700 when they had their entire livelihood burned down. A lot of people started thinking, was this the plan from the beginning? Was this Karen Bass and Newsom? Was this their idea? So this bill has since been paused, but the real crux of this is the reaction to Governor Newsom's office to Spencer Pratt investigating. One of the representatives of Gavin Newsom's office actually had the audacity to post this. Look at this. This bill was not proposed by the governor. It was introduced by a legislator with backing from a county supervisor. It's still pending in the legislature. The claim that the governor wants to bulldoze fire victim neighborhoods and replace them with affordable housing is absurd. The governor is focused on helping families rebuild. When? Where? Nobody has seen anything. And it's shameful how C-list reality TV stars continue to spread misinformation that fuels fear in this community. I mean, this is so, the rage is building. Okay, the rage is building. It's building in me as I'm just even covering this and broadcasting this, but I can feel it on your end as well. Calling a concerned resident who lost his home, who actually has posted on X saying that not only did it burn down his home, it burned down his parents' home and his whole community, but calling him a C-list actor when he's just trying to get some answers, just trying to figure out what's going on, because he hasn't seen a penny. There hasn't been one brick. It's been over 6 months. Gavin Newsom is so busy doing his podcasting social media influencer tour, he hasn't put one iota, not 1 ounce of energy into helping his constituents, into helping his Californians. And believe me, it gets a lot worse. Is that the kind of leadership that America wants? The reason why really the crux of this video, the significance and importance of this video is this haircut that passes for a man, this American psycho Gavin Newsom, he wants to run for president in 2028. This is the kind of leadership he wants to make California, largest exodus in the state's history, largest economic upheaval in the state's history, largest illegal border crossings in the state's history, largest budget deficit in the state's history. It's over $800 billion in debt now. He keeps touting it's the fourth largest economy. It's all BS. The California Railway project was a complete and utter disaster. President Trump has done more for California. They're fighting ICE agents. Karen Bass wants to give cash to people, to illegal criminals staying at home because they're afraid to go. Why are you afraid to go outside if you haven't done anything? I mean, it's absurd. It's literally turning into a communist socialist state. And Newsom and everybody wants to Trump-proof, provide lawyers, attorney fees, housing, health benefits, cash for illegal criminals. This is the kind of leadership he wants to bring to America. I don't think so. Not on my watch, not on your watch. That's why this video needs to go viral. But it gets even worse. Guess what? One of the nonprofits that got distributed millions and millions of dollars actually went to an NGO, which stands for Complete Fraud Organization, non-government owned, right? Complete fraud. One of the NGOs, one of the nonprofit organizations, non-government organizations, was actually ran and run by Gavin Newsom's wife, Jennifer Newsom. Can you believe that? Check out this video right here of Spencer Pratt, not only calling out the fact that we didn't get any money, not only calling out that the 100 million was missing, but check out, it gets even worse because the fireaid mystery, the amount of money that they raised is way more than 100 million. Check this out.
Oh, it gets better. Remember the Annenberg Foundation that also was involved in fireaid? Well, look at this post from 2 months ago where she says, I'm incredibly proud that philanthropy, I think is the word, has already mobilized over $800 million, a rough estimate as of today to support recovery efforts. But this is just the beginning. Where's the $800 million? I was trying to find the $100 million, but that was just a concert. Where is this $800 million that was raised for fire recovery? Oh, please, can we find out? I just would love the list, and not the list the LA Times did. It was like, fireaid, this guy, they gave $500 gift cards to some street vendors, and the Pilates instructors got $1,000 each at the Pilates play. No, I want real accounting. Okay, 800 million. Where are these audit people?
Absolutely insidious. I mean, can you imagine? I mean, it's the year 2025. You're a hardworking, tax-paying, law-abiding citizen. You love your state. You love your community. You contribute. You participate. You do everything right. You have to fight the people who are supposed to be helping you. You have to fight the people who are supposed to be protecting you, supporting you, inspiring you, giving you relief, making you feel at ease, assuring you. You're fighting these people to figure out how I can get my life back. It's absurd. Well, it got the attention of our president, Donald Trump, and I hope to God he's going to do something, because an actual referral letter was sent to the Department of Justice. I'm going to share that in a second. Trump says fireaid is a total disaster. Looks like another Democrat-inspired scam. $100 million is missing. Was supposed to go to the Los Angeles fire victims. Fires that with proper management would never have even happened. Governor Newsom refused to release billions of gallons of water from Northern California and the Pacific Northwest. What a difference it would have made. I have since overruled him and is now released. All federal housing permits have also been approved. The city is years late. Get the fire victims their approvals to rebuild and do it now. As I said before, President Trump has done more for California in 6 months than Gavin Newsom has done in the 20, 30 plus years of his pathetic political career. He's a pencil pusher for life. He'll never amount to anything. This ideology, this snake, this vermin can never, ever, ever get anywhere near the White House. And believe you me, he's going to try, and they're going to throw billions of dollars to back him. And speaking of could have prevented the fires, not only was the reservoir completely empty before these fires, which it shouldn't have been. They had fair warning. And remember, Newsom's sidekick, Karen Do-Nothing Bass, went to Ghana, went to Africa right before the fire. She knew the warnings were there. She got every sort of preparatory red flags, etc., etc. She dismissed them all and went to Ghana. Not only did they not clear the brush, not only did they not prepare for any of the fires, here's another video with our guy, Spencer Pratt, just one guy in the community, fighting hard, going viral, thank God, with the power of independent media, with the power of self-reliance and sovereignty. He's in the Topanga State Park, and I'm just going to share this video with you. You're not going to believe it because none of the brush, even to this day, has been cleared. Watch.
Gavin Newsom's Topanga State Park, which led to the Palisades burning down for not maintaining it for the last 40 years. This is the other half that didn't burn down, and they haven't learned anything from the Palisades fire. There's no brush clearing, no plans, nothing, just waiting for this half to burn somebody else's town down. So
something I noticed, he posted this today. I wanted to share this with you because, as somebody who has had anxiety and depression his whole life, some of you might not know that about me, but I've studied psychology, human behavior. I've studied cognitive behavioral therapy, Eastern methodologies, Western methodologies, et cetera, et cetera. I got a lot of information. I even had a YouTube channel all about anxiety years ago. It's still up, but I haven't posted anything new there in a long time. I want to share something about Gavin Newsom that I think a lot of people miss and don't understand. He posted this today about his anniversary, and I did a little bit of digging. So if you notice, this was posted today. He's there with his wife, Jennifer, who robbed and stole through an NGO. God knows how many millions of dollars. If you notice something about these posts of him posting about his wife, his partner, and his anniversary, you'll notice something really interesting that speaks volumes about who this American psycho is. And I want to see if you notice it. So here's today. Here's a couple of years ago. And here is a birthday wish, okay, to his partner. And then here's yet another anniversary from 2019. What you're going to notice here is that in every single post, when he talks about his wife, happy anniversary, happy birthday, you'll notice he's at the center of every single post. He has to be the focal point. He has to be the one that's front and center that gets all of the attention. It's all about him. This is a true sociopathic narcissist. That is not, I'm not a clinician, I'm not a psychologist, but that I've had enough studies and background. Trust me, I could have opened my practice, my very own psychological practice many, many times over. I am telling you right now, this is a very subtle detail that a lot of people miss. This guy is a narcissistic, sociopathic nut job all the way through. This needs to go viral. Tap that thumbs up. Make sure you share this. We cannot let this guy or anybody like him, Zoran's even worse than this guy, we cannot let these guys ever gain power, ever ruin our country, ever again. Now, in our final story, Deputy Director of the FBI, Dan Bongino, posted a very, very cryptic, mysterious post. And I want to just look at it together and see what we can make of this. Check this out. He posted this today on X, saying, during my tenure as the Deputy Director of the FBI, I've repeatedly relayed to you that things are happening that might not be immediately visible, but they are happening. The director and I are committed to stamping out public corruption and the political weaponization of both law enforcement and intelligence operations. It is a priority for us. But what I have learned, here's the cryptic part, in the course of our properly predicated and necessary investigations into these aforementioned matters has shocked me down to my core. We cannot run a republic like this. I'll never be the same after learning what I've learned. And then he goes on to say, we're going to do this right and proper. You all deserve the truth, yada, yada, yada. But this is really, really weird. What I have learned has shocked me down to my core. The middle paragraph, we cannot run a republic like this. I'll never be the same after learning what I've learned. What on God's earth is Bongino talking about? Don't you think the American public should know what he's talking about? Don't you think that we have the right? Don't you think that we're entitled? Don't you think we should demand to know what has shaken him to the core? He doesn't promise that he's going to release anything. He doesn't promise he's going to give away anything. He just says that I've been shaken to my core and I'll never be the same again. What do you think that means? Let me know in the comments down below. Is this some kind of, I don't know, my conspiratorial brain, or at least my very, very skeptical brain is saying like, well, you didn't release the Epstein files. You said that he actually offed himself when you went on your podcast a million times saying, no, this is real. This is something going on. Somebody came into a cell, yada, yada, yada. You spread every conspiracy theory imaginable before you actually entered the FBI. I'm still giving you the benefit of the doubt. I'm not judging you. I'm not saying anything. I know how bureaucratic nightmares can be, and God knows all the red tape and all the hoops you have to jump in the public sector. What do you guys make of that statement? It's very, very strange. And don't you think we're entitled to know what has shook him to the core? What has made him, caused him to say that I'll never be the same again? I think we have a right to know. That's just me, but I can't wait to hear your thoughts on this. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Tap that thumbs up, please. It helps us out immeasurably. Check out these videos coming up on the screen right here, just in case you missed them. Tap my face right here to subscribe and follow. And as always, may God bless you, and may God bless the USA and all who defend her. I'll see you soon.